Coming up on AgweekTV, some big ag businesses make major layoffs. What does this mean for the industry? Meanwhile, sugar beet growers enjoy another record year. Do you love a real Christmas tree? We'll show you where you can get one fresh from the farm. And some Minnesota dairy farm couples enjoy date night with a purpose. Welcome to AgweekTV. I'm Emily Beal. Major layoffs are hitting some ag giants amid shrinking farm incomes. The farm sector is facing significant challenges as major agribusinesses like Cargill, John Deere, and Tyson Foods announce large-scale layoffs throughout their companies. Kennedy Tesh talked to an ag economist about what this may mean.
Over the past couple of years, we've watched farmers' incomes shrink fairly dramatically.
Layoffs and cuts are the latest sign that the agriculture industry could be entering a tough period. Chad Hart, an ag economics professor at Iowa State University, says net farm income has dropped dramatically since its peak in 2022. He says layoffs reflect deeper economic struggles in ag.
How can we reduce our costs now, yet try to set ourselves up to benefit from the next wave when the ag cycle turns more positively?
The drop in commodity prices is made worse by rising input costs. As farmers try to cut costs, suppliers see a drop in demand for farm products, creating a ripple effect through the economy. Hart says many farmers who are bracing for loss in 2024 may want to do what ag corporations are doing: careful cost management and efficiency improvements.
Yeah, I want to reduce costs, but I don't want to just cut indiscriminately. I want to cut the costs that don't add to my revenues. I want to cut the costs that don't add to my yield or add to my production.
While the immediate future may be tough, Hart remains hopeful that the agricultural sector will recover, just as it has in previous cycles.
Tend to see within these ag cycles is when prices are high, we tend to let our costs get away from us for a while. It's these downturns that force us to be more efficient.
In Brookings, South Dakota, this is Kennedy Tesh for AgWeek.
Hart says the farm economy will cycle back up, but he cautions it could take some time. There are several variables that come into play when we look at the economic outlook for 2025. Matt Erickson, Ag Economic and Policy Advisor at Farm Credit Services of America, says in 2025, we're going to see a big intersection between policy and economics. He says during a time of uncertainty, it's important for producers to focus on what they know and what they can control. He encourages producers to stress test their cash flow.
What I mean by that is if you have an expected cash flow, let's say that you have a 1 to 2% increase in your cost of production or a 1 to 2% increase in what you expect for the prices that you receive. What does that mean for your farming operation? So that's important to do as well.
Erickson also encourages producers to be proactive about crop insurance and risk management when planning for next year. For the third year in a row, American Crystal sugar beet farmers have hit a record crop, harvesting over 13 million tons of sugar beets in 2024. American Crystal Sugar, based in Moorhead, held its annual joint meeting with the Red River Valley Sugar Beet Growers Association last week in Fargo. Tom Astrup, president and CEO of American Crystal, reflected on the key factors it takes to have a successful year in the sugar beet industry.
There's three things that make it a successful year. One's the crop. You got to start with a good crop. And then we need a good storage and processing season. Last year's storage season wasn't so great. And then it's the markets, right? What are we getting for our sugar and our beet pulp and beet molasses?
This year, farmers are expected to get around $75 per ton for the sugar beet crop. It's Christmas time, and many people are looking for the perfect tree to enjoy this holiday season. I visited Plant's beautiful Christmas tree farm in Parker's Prairie, Minnesota, where there's no shortage of holiday spirit when looking for your perfect pine. It's this week's AgWeek cover story.
There's nothing that smells and looks like a real tree. It's Christmas, keep it real.
Lowell Dipburner owns Plant's beautiful Christmas tree farm in Parker's Prairie, Minnesota. His father bought the property in 1967 as a place to hunt, but now the property is dotted with fir trees and full of holiday spirit.
My wife and I moved here in 1977, and people in Parker's Prairie were asking, can we come out and cut a tree? And the rest is kind of history.
By 1991, the business started offering other things for families to enjoy while cutting down their Christmas tree, like horse-drawn sleigh rides, meeting Santa, hot cocoa, and much more.
We used to have a 100-year-old farmhouse here that we tore down to build this shop.
Cynthia Singleton is Lowell's sister and helps out around the farm. She also oversees the gift shop, where customers can come in to do a little Christmas shopping.
We've had people come close to Christmas where they just want to hang out and experience the atmosphere, even if they might already have their tree, but just to have fun and maybe go on a wagon ride.
But like any crop, trees depend on Mother Nature for a desirable outcome. But some varieties take more moisture to thrive than others, so irrigation is necessary for a good Christmas tree crop.
Fraser fir come from North Carolina originally. That's where that tree was grown. And in that location, they call it the Great Smoky Mountains, they get about 55 inches of rainfall a year. In 2023, we had 20 inches of rainfall here. So we have to make up the difference all the time irrigating these trees.
People come from all over the region to the Christmas tree farm, hoping to fill their cup with holiday cheer and carry on their family traditions.
We do have customers that were here as young children, and now they're coming back and bringing their own children. So it's just been around a long time now and been a lot of fun for a lot of people.
You can read more in the next AgWeek magazine or at agweek.com. Up next on AgweekTV, some FFA students are making sure more kids will be snuggled in new beds for Christmas.
A farmer's work is never done. You're not just planting a seed or harvesting a crop, you're growing a legacy. When you're up before dawn and out long past dusk, you need a banker who will work with your schedule, not the other way around. At Choice, we do banking differently, giving farmers like you time back to focus on what really matters. Choice Bank, top North Dakota ag bank for 10 years running, and always people first.
At OK Tire, we're here to keep you going, whether you're in the field or on the job site. From heavy-duty replacement tracks and conversion systems, planters to power sports, we have the right solution to tackle every working condition. We even offer a free, no-obligation undercarriage inspection to ensure your equipment is ready to roll. With expert installation and premium brands, OK Track Solutions is here to keep your operation on track.
When it comes to grain storage and handling solutions, one call does it all. Gateway Building Systems is one of the largest Brock bin dealers in the U.S. Our expert team is dedicated to creating a customized plan for your future success. Expanding your operation has never been easier with our range of Brock solid bins, grain dryers, conveyors, and more. As your trusted partner, we are committed to serving the needs of farmers. Take the first step toward success and call Gateway Building Systems today.
Looking to add non-GMO conventional and organic soybeans to your rotation this year? Soyco International out of Gary, Minnesota is looking for new farmer contracts for the 2025 season. They have proven marketing strategies, partnered with local agronomy expertise to work alongside and provide the certified seeds needed for their contract growers. Soyco International is offering premium prices to boost your operation's bottom line. Reach out to Sean Jung today at 218-350-3863 to answer any questions.
The Poet Bioproducts Company has donated $630,000 through its 2024 Community Impact Grant Program. The company awarded 150 grants this year. The grant program was formalized 2 years ago. Organizations in POET communities are able to apply for grants up to $4,000. The program is based on 3 core pillars of causes: the earth, community, and the next generation.
At POET, we like to say that our mission is to change the world, but we know that changing the world starts at home. We're really proud to be a part of these communities. You know, they've been so good to us over the last 35 plus years. And so it's important to us to be a good neighbor to all the folks that live in our communities as well.
Qualified individuals and organizations operating in POET-occupied communities can begin applying for the 2025 grants in April. The High Plains Processing Plant in Mitchell, South Dakota is expected to open in October of 2025. This facility will process soybean and oil seeds, creating a local market for producers.
This is for us a golden opportunity to have this marketplace. We have livestock, so the corn is, a lot of that is marketed through the livestock. So we're really enthusiastic about having this opportunity.
High Plains Processing expects to be offering farmer contracts for next fall arrival in early January.
What it means for farmers is tremendous demand for the crops they raise. It's 35 million bushels of soybeans annually, concentrated into one area. So we'll be drawing probably 50 to 100 mile radius for crops into this facility. So it'll have a tremendous impact on values to producers in the area.
Marketing and contracts for High Plains Processing will be done through the South Dakota soybean processors. Anyone interested in contracting their commodity should contact the Volga, South Dakota facility. FFA students in Ethan, South Dakota spent their school day giving back to the community. Ariana Schumacher shows us how.
I've seen our community come together for something before, but not like this.
Every year, the Ethan FFA chapter participates in a community service project. This year, they're partnering with Sleep in Heavenly Peace, an organization that provides beds and bedding for children ages 3 to 17.
Things that we take for granted, such as having a bed to sleep in every night. Some people are not fortunate enough to have that, and sometimes it's no fault of their own. It's just circumstances that they're in.
With help from the community, the Ethan FFA was able to raise around $10,000. With that funding, they'll be able to build around 40 beds for kids in need across their community.
Just so many people of the community, churches, businesses, families helped raise money for this project so kids don't have to sleep on the floor.
The students helped with every aspect of the bed building process.
We have been splitting into stations, sanding, drilling holes, drilling screws in, doing quality checks and staining wood.
So many times in today's world we look at the kids not getting involved, and they've done a great job, and they're here pitching in every place we need help. They're doing it, so it's a great pleasure working with them.
For these students, giving back to the community is an important part of their FFA experience.
It's so important to give back to those who don't have as much as us, and to give our time to something that's really important and to work together to do it. Because some of the kids in our chapter, I'm guessing, have never done a service project this big before, so it's really important for them to get this experience.
In Mitchell, South Dakota, this is Ariana Schumacher for AgWeek.
The students built about half of the beds during this workday and will begin building the other half of beds in the spring. Ahead on AgweekTV, we'll show you the latest equipment to help keep your downtime down during planting.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
Farming the land carries a lot of responsibilities. You plan and forecast the acres. You plant the crops. You spray the crops. You pray over the crops for good weather and moisture. And you harvest the crops that are long away. Erickson Custom Operations would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year.
easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
It's time to register for the Soil Health Conference, January 15th and 16th in Watertown, South Dakota. With excellent speakers, breakout sessions, awards, discussion panels, social events, and networking opportunities, this outstanding event will offer valuable information and experiences whether you are a backyard gardener, a small-scale producer, or a large-scale farmer or rancher. This is a chance to get your soil health questions answered and form connections with mentors and other producers. Learn more and register at sdsoilhealthcoalition.org.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brand does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of brand products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
AgWeek Weather is sponsored by Bremer Bank. Connect with a banker today at bremer.com.
Are these frigid temps here to stay? Here's John with our AgriWeather Outlook.
Our weather pattern this winter continues to be dominated by, in the upper levels of the atmosphere at the jet stream level, wind coming mostly out of the northwest into the north central part of the country. In other words, it comes from Lake Alberta toward the Great Lakes. And that northwest flow pattern is exactly what keeps persisting and what has given us our weather pattern this winter. It is related to the global La Nina pattern. This is a very common jet stream configuration during the La Nina winters, and it tends to make our weather across much of the north central middle of the United States go back and forth between mild and cold. And generally speaking, these winters are not quite as wet in the upper Midwest northern plains as they are in other types of winters. It doesn't necessarily mean they're dry. It's just these are usually not the wettest patterns. Now, that could change a little bit. But for the time being, here's what we're seeing. A temporary aberration in that northwest flow pattern, but it will be back. Some pretty cold weather, I think, will be dropping down into south central Canada through the middle of the week, giving us a glancing blow. And then here comes that northwest flow again. It's really predominated by this ridge of high pressure over the Rocky Mountains, and that has been there basically all through the winter. So we get this northwest flow, which allows cold weather to drop down into the northern plains and the Great Lakes, which it will some of the days this week, but it also allows Chinook winds to develop right in here. Westerly dry winds coming down the slopes of the Rockies. And here in the northern plains region, we can kind of go back and forth a lot. A lot of December has been milder than average, and we'll see some of that in a couple of bursts this upcoming week, following probably another mild spell following that midweek cool snap that will likely develop. Meanwhile, this cold weather is going pretty far south. I don't think it'll threaten the oranges yet, but we are getting some occasional pretty chilly temperatures with freezing highs as far south as Tennessee and maybe even northern Georgia by the weekend, while it'll probably be warmer up in the northern plains and with this ridge pattern taking shape again. As we go through next week, which will be Christmas week, likely there'll be a little bit of a dip again sometime around the holiday, and likely followed by, again, a return to some milder air and maybe one more cold snap before the end of the year. With this pattern, precipitation-wise, I think early in this first week, right around December 14th, 15th, 16th, there'll be a little snow system coming out of the northern plains heading east. That'll bring more rain to the eastern seaboard. Pacific Northwest looks wet, but Southern California does not. The last week of this period, which is Christmas week, looking fairly quiet. There'll be some lake effect snows, some light snows in the northern plains, and some showers in the deep south.
Introducing the all-new Vatterstadt Tempo K24, designed and built in the U.S. It combines capacity with superior precision, even at very high speeds.
with parachute technology that uses positive air pressure to take full control of the seed from the meter all the way down to the soil, using no belts, motors, or brushes. Start your journey to outstanding emergence. Pre-order your Tempo K today.
Integrity, excellence, teamwork. At Titan Machinery, we take care of our team. Whether you are an experienced technician or looking to start your career, Titan has a spot for you. Earn a competitive pay with the potential to make in excess of 6 figures. Service techs, come grow with a company that invests in you. Titan Machinery offers company HSA and 401k contributions, affordable health insurance, and a generous tool allowance. Plus, we'll provide all of your uniform and safety gear. Apply today at titanmachinery.com/careers.
There's no easy button, no guarantees, or promises of a good year. This is farming. It's unpredictable and demanding, with long days and sometimes stressful nights. It's weathering the storms and coming out successful. Farming isn't for everyone. We thank those who make it their life, because it is for everyone.
A farmer's work is never done. You're not just planting a seed or harvesting a crop. You're growing a legacy. When you're up before dawn and out long past dusk, you need a banker who will work with your schedule, not the other way around. At Choice, we do banking differently, giving farmers like you time back to focus on what really matters. Choice Bank, top North Dakota Ag Bank for 10 years running, and always people first.
Mice are a real problem and get into everything. They leave a scent trail, bringing more mice to the party. Poisons and traps just lure mice in, leaving you with the mess and costly damage. Introducing Mouse Mix, the world's safest and most effective deterrent. The pleasant scent interferes with the mouse's sense of smell. Simply put, they can't stand it. Mouse Mix works 6 months for complete winter storage of campers, cabins, boats, cars, and farm equipment. Mouse Mix, you put it out and the mice leave.
Though planting season seems far away, farmers should start thinking about their equipment and possible additions to their planters they may need. I met with Jung Enterprises to learn more about their steel ring, which will greatly help farmers stay in the field during planting season and keep downtime at bay.
I used to get plugged in the mud all the time with my gauge wheels.
While planting his acres, Alan Jung was getting tired of getting stuck in the mud. That's when inspiration struck. Alan soon got started on inventing and manufacturing parts for planting, seeding, and no-till drills that would reduce the wear and tear that happens to gauge wheels in the field.
The lip of your tire is no longer going to wear away, so that saves your tire from getting worn away. And with this up against your disc blade now, it's steel on steel, so there's no friction like you have with rubber. So it turns much easier. And then the other benefit is with this on there, it works as a scraper, and it scrapes everything off around the outside, so you don't get near as much mud and stuff up in the inside. So you don't have to have scrapers on your corn planter, and it actually works as a scraper on your air seeder or your no-till drill.
For 20 years, Alan was in the custom planting business, so he knows firsthand how downtime due to repairs or unfavorable soil can disrupt planting. But with the steel ring, farmers can have peace of mind knowing their equipment will keep moving forward.
It gets to be stressful and you have so much downtime, and that's how I came up with this. And since I've done it, it's made such a big difference in planting. I don't have near the issues anymore. It really saved me a lot of downtime where I would be out doing things instead of planting. So it's something that's paid off really well in the long run.
Alan says the steel ring has been performing well for farmers, and they have been able to get in and out of the field during planting season with little trouble, thanks to the steel ring.
So far, farmers have been having good luck with it.
For more information about Jung Enterprises or the steel ring, please visit the website or contact the number listed on your screen. Up next on AgweekTV, some Minnesota dairy farmers enjoy a date night out with a lesson in reconnecting.
Introducing the all-new Vatterstadt Tempo K24, designed and built in the U.S. It combines capacity with superior precision, even at very high speeds. With PowerShoot technology that uses positive air pressure to take full control of the seed from the meter all the way down to the soil, using no belts, motors, or brushes. Start your journey to outstanding emergence. Pre-order your Tempo K today.
When it comes to grain storage and handling solutions, one call does it all. Gateway Building Systems is one of the largest Brock bin dealers in the U.S. Our expert team is dedicated to creating a customized plan for your future success. Expanding your operation has never been easier with our range of Brock solid bins, grain dryers, conveyors, and more. As your trusted partner, we are committed to serving the needs of farmers. Take the first step toward success and call Gateway Building Systems today.
We offer the full lineup of brand products. Big ones are going to be your conveyors, your land rollers, grain carts, high-speed discs. Those are going to be the very popular ones that we see out in the countryside and we like to have on hand here at all times.
Brand does a really good job of supporting the products and providing the parts on time and when you need them. For a full line of brand products, give us a call at 701-361-4790 or visit our website at northstar-ag.com.
Attention farmers, increase your revenue and prevent compaction from squeezing your profits with PTG's Central Tire Inflation System, now offered at OK Tire & Service. All controlled from the tips of your fingers, ensuring increased yield and improved fuel economy by adjusting your tire pressure within minutes. You are ensuring the best performance from your tractor on the field and off the field, compatible with any radial tire. Call the OK Tire team today or visit oktireinc.com to learn more.
We started with a raw piece of ground out here and we put in bins, and then we started coming in with the leg and dryer system and threw in a pit. The process with working with them has been very simple. It was a one-stop shop. Go there. We came up with a plan together and they have been executing it flawlessly. Hi, I'm Brian Hoffman and I highly recommend using Advanced Grain out of Mayville, North Dakota.
Several Southeast Minnesota dairy farm couples were treated to a date night this week. The Dairy Farm Couples Night in Utica was a chance for farming couples to come together to enjoy time away from the farm and to learn communication techniques. University of Minnesota Extension educator Emily Kreckelberg says farm couples are able to socialize and network with other area farmers and strengthen relationships. She says sometimes planning a night out together gets pushed aside due to the long list of farm tasks.
So it's just an opportunity for farm couples to come out together, have some time with other couples, and learn a little bit about relationships and be able to have those conversations away from the farm.
The event was hosted by the Minnesota Dairy Initiative, Minnesota Department of Agriculture, and University of Minnesota Extension. Stories you'll only see on AgWeek.com and in AgWeek magazine this week. Minnesota could become a leader in green ammonia, and Iowa has confirmed numerous new avian flu cases. We appreciate you watching AgWeek TV. Remember to check us out daily on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok to keep up on all your ag news. Have a wonderful week, everyone.